lost when I feel like nothing. Always feel like I'm running. Both feel we're living worlds apart. It's fucked now, we lost in limbo. Remembering what you said though, and I asked you if we'd make it far. That one last kiss that they write about, my one last wish you could never doubt. I trust angels who fly away from you, and you told me that we'd never die. Gave me so many reasons why we were meant to be. Then she said no, 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 no. No, 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 you should. I've earned the cost and now I've paid it. Oh, no, no, no. Oh, please don't go. I know my face, a memory erasing. Been a few years since I heard your voice, yeah. Lost a few here, but it's not by choice, no. Girl, I see your face every day when I look through my phone. Can't delete all these memories, won't leave me alone. Hit my blind side, never saw you coming. You were so wild, both know I was nothing. And I'm nothing now, nothing's changed, you know I'm just the same. Miss you now, but I hope that someday you explain. That one last kiss that they write about, my one last wish you could never doubt. I trust angels who fly away from you, and you told me that we'd never die. Gave me so many reasons why we were meant to be.
Hi guys, how's everyone doing? Good to see you. Hope everyone is well. Thank you guys so much for joining me. Listen, I know the Murdaugh trial is going on, but I just couldn't do it today. I know that there is literally like 50,000 people watching the Murdaugh trial on YouTube alone, at least. I just couldn't. So if we get anybody, we may not have a big audience today, but oh well, whether we do or we don't. We are here for Summer Moon Utah Wells. It is the case that has baffled police, investigators, all of us for a year and a half now. And it continues while the parents continually, the mother, Candace Wells, does nothing. And then Don Wells continues to talk, but more, in my opinion, he talks more about defending himself than he did anything else. So with that being said, there is something a news station released a little, I think it was yesterday, and I wanted to play that, and I wanted to go through Smiley's World. Listen, guys, mods, please drop her link in the chat. I also have it in the description. I have met Smiley in person. She is a wonderful, wonderful soul. She cares deeply about Summer, and I know this from firsthand experience by meeting her in Tennessee. And she literally has a channel that I'm aware of mainly about Summer. She's not a monetized channel or anything. She does this just for the love of Summer. And so please go subscribe to Smiley's World. Just a genuine soul, I will say that. It's so great to see everyone. I've been off a few days. I've had to work quite a bit. So, but it's so great to see all of you out there. You're absolutely correct, Lisa. Mother, if you can call that. I could call her a mother something. Yeah, Smiley is reasonable and always keeps her cool. Absolutely. And to be honest with you, I think that she did a wonderful job with Dawn because she had the patience of a saint, in my opinion. And she just, which is the way, in my opinion, how when one interviews, they don't need to be the one talking more. They need to let the person they're interviewing do the talking and let them ramble. Let them ramble. Let them say what they're going to say. And boy, did Don ever say some things that will make, you'll have to pick your jaw up the floor. I'm telling you, like it's, oh, good, Pat. Thank you so much for subscribing. Stars, so good to see you, love. And she is an egg donor. That's exactly what many of these parents, as you will see in this interview from, let me see who it's from, WVLT. I did put their link in the description down below. As you will see, there is no other child missing in Hawkins County in the last, year and a half that Sheriff Hawkins was talking about. I want to show you guys this in just one moment. You're gonna drop, I'm telling you. Okay.
Of course, has captured the minds of the country, and we won't. Beech Creek, 2,000 tips, 2,000 different leads that they continue to follow up on each and every one when searching for Summer. She went missing on June 15th of 2021. Hard to believe, here we are, just 600 days later. Still, no new information. It's been a while since we've had any new information in the search for Summer Wells. One of the things we did get to do to mark the year since she went missing was talk to her father, Don Wells. Our Erica Lunsford went with him to their property as the search for Summer continues to see a little bit of what her life was like there and hear from Don himself. Take a listen.
And we'd get on them a lot, and so you can't do that, but it just, we'd always find it open a lot of times and stuff. And so we tried to control that, but to know, they couldn't control it 100% of the time.
Do you see that mattress? You see that mattress? Yeah, it's been outside a while. Yeah, it has been, but it wasn't much different than that whenever they got it out of the house. This is when they lived here this past summer. Look at how high the weeds are in their freaking yard. Look at how high the weeds are in their yard. It's not safe. I wouldn't let my dog sleep on that mattress. And let me tell you something, Don and Candace are not poor. They are not poor. He made good money. Now he's not working, but then he was making good money. I wouldn't let anyone sleep on that mattress. I mean, what are those stains and everything else? and then look at the weeds and everything in that yard. That place is not safe. How old is Don? He is in his, what is he, like late 50s, early 60s now, something like that. So let's just continue.
And so you can't do that, but it just, you know, we'd always find it open a lot of times and stuff. And so we tried to control that bit to know, you know, they couldn't control.
Like, I understand you want your door shut to your house. I get that part. But what I don't get is them thinking someone is going to come up on that hill and kidnap someone. It's in the middle of 57. Okay. Yeah. Thank you. It's in the middle of nowhere. It's on top of a mountain, on a dead end road. You would have to know who lives up there. You would have to know them. You would have, let me tell you something, have to know who lived there. Stars, absolutely. He could definitely be. But I can tell you this, if Don and Candace didn't do it, they damn sure know who did. Meaning they know the person. Because you will not go drive many miles up this road and then turn off this random road that's in the middle of nowhere and then go up on this mountain. It's not going to happen. They live in the country. They could leave both of their doors wide open, be a doorless home, and I wouldn't be personally. I mean, I don't think anybody's going to come up there. Just my opinion, though. I'm telling you, there's nobody on that road other than if you live there.
Control it 100% of the time.
Dawn Wells tells me Summer was last seen going to the basement to play with her toys. Her 3 older brothers upstairs, her mother and grandmother in the yard facing away from the basement door, and Dawn Wells at work.
We don't know if someone was waiting in the basement or if she come outside here and went to the swing. All we know is she went down the basement.
Wells says he believes someone was lurking at the top of the dog trail, just feet away from the basement door.
Someone was lurking at the top of the dog trail, my foot, in my opinion. Now, this is the thing. Someone is standing there lurking. Listen to this. They are lurking there all day. They would have to be lurking there all day, standing at the top of the dog hill, because the boys was there all day alone, mind you. And then Candace, Summer gets home, and the person's still up there lurking. He knows they're home, right? And then Summer just happens to go in the basement, and all the positions are right. 2 minutes goes by, and it's down the hill, which Don still says it's the dog trail. From what everybody else understands, it is the driveway. In my opinion, the dog trail is a better story for the parents. That's my opinion, because the dog trail, if you will, is the door closest to, it's where the door is in the house. It's kind of right in front of the door going down the hill.
He says the predator somehow managed to snatch Summer, then raced down the steep hill as she struggled.
I guess you guys want to walk around through here?
The trail was not an easy walk. To get down the rugged hill, Wells and I had to hold on to trees. I struggled not to trip or even fall on tree roots.
And you can slide a little bit.
So the dogs kind of came down this trail here.
Yeah.
It's pretty steep.
Yeah. I didn't know the dogs even had a trail down through here until the police dogs followed it all the way to the road.
Wells
Now, the police dogs did travel to the road, but it is believed to be the driveway. Now, as she struggled, how does someone do that? Exactly, Vet Girl. And also, how does someone do that in 2 minutes? How do you struggle with a little, a girl, carrying her, running her down there, jumping in a car or a four-wheeler or something? You're not going to convince me. I've been there, and when you have been there, guys, it even changes most people's perspective, because you just can't.
says he overheard authorities say search dogs followed Summer's scent down the trail to the road before losing it. He painted a vivid picture of a kidnapping, telling me a neighbor likely heard Summer scream.
I think whoever grabbed her probably had her mouth covered, and I think she was gasping for air by the time she got down through here somewhere. Because I never screamed, a really funny scream. I think they just carried her to a vehicle and threw her in there and took her somewhere far away from.
Now, as you can see, the wells are literally surrounded by woods, and they are on top of a big hill. They have some of the prettiest property, as far as the property goes, on Ben Hill Road, if you ask me. Some of the best location, if not the best location. And nobody knows that they're there.
Hawkins County Sheriff Ronnie Lawson has not publicly commented on specifics of the case until now. I asked Sheriff Lawson about Wells' claims. Did dogs follow Summer's scent down the trail to the main road? The sheriff says yes.
The dogs had.
Now, this is the conflict. See, the reporter says that she asked, how did she say that? Did she say the dog trail? Because I think she said the dog trail.
Until now, I asked Sheriff Lawson about Wells' claims. Did dogs follow Summer's scent down the trail to the main road? The sheriff.
She asked, did the dogs travel down the trail to the main road? Now, she didn't say the dog trail, and she didn't say the driveway, or did she mean the... So I wish she would have clarified that, because it is believed to be the driveway. The driveway.
Sheriff says yes.
The dogs had a pretty good trail, a track for a little while, but then it disappeared. But they lost scent it when they come to the road. And sometimes canines, they will lose the scent when it changes different type, whether it maybe went from the gravel to the pavement.
And did a neighbor hear a scream?
Best I recall, it's been a couple months ago. I think that was unfounded.
Wells tells me the family home on Ben Hill Road is surrounded by...
Okay, now I want you guys to look at this. If you see over in the top left corner, right, my mouse is moving. See the, like, this is the main, the drag, right? This is all a great big hill. Great big hill.
Dealers and buyers.
You get all kinds, with the drug trade, and there are We've seen quite a bit of stuff surrounding the meth thing. We had parked in our neighbors caught them parked at our road in our driveway in the middle of the night or early in the morning and stuff like that, and run them off, and they get mad and they raise Cain, and we've had quite a bit of problems.
But Sheriff Lawson tells me Wells lives on a quiet street.
I've heard rumors of,
Now, Lawson says that he lives on a quiet street. I can tell you that I was on Ben Hill Road for approximately an hour, and there was not one single car that passed me in an hour. I believe they were tracking dogs. Yes, Lisa. Why would so many people cover up the neglect? What do they benefit? They feel sorry. How he treats people, really. I don't think that there's a lot of people. I don't think that there's anybody that knows what happens to Summer other than 1, 2, 3 people max, in my opinion, maximum. Now, a lot of people, still take up for Dawn and Candace and all that or whatever, which I have no problem with.
there is maybe a
I don't
little bit
know
on that road, but it's just like anywhere. Ben Hill Road is no different than any other roads in Hawkins, Sullivan, or any other county, as far as even Knox County. We all have drug problems, but no, that's not that problem. That's not correct either.
It's not like a hot spot.
No, it's not a hot spot, and it's a dead end road, so there's very little traffic, if any.
Don Wells says he doesn't know why anyone would take his daughter, but
I think that is a big thing that Ronnie said there. And I actually said it too. It is a dead end road with very little to no traffic. What does that say to you? Nobody is going to be on that road. You would have to know. At the very minimum, you're going to have to know the person on 110 Ben Hill. I don't know who said that, Mary, but I don't believe Summer has been sold. No, I don't believe that personally. And there's no evidence for that.
isn't shocked by the disappearance of a child.
There's a lot of missing children.
But Sheriff Lawson says children don't just go missing, especially in Hawkins County.
No, ma'am, we don't have any other missing children.
So Don says there is a lot of missing children. And then you hear Ronnie Lawson saying that there is no other missing children. Now, do you guys remember soon after Summer went missing, Don said he saw a girl outside playing and she was all alone. And then like he stopped and he was telling the girl, you know, you might want to get inside or something like that. And the parents came out and they didn't like it that Don was talking to the kid. Do y'all remember that? That's always stuck with me. It's always stuck with me. And I believe that he has talked about two different stories. Kind of similarly. Yes, exactly. I see. Yes, he said that twice. Two different settings. Yes. It's always been something for me. And we have to remember, I mean, we need to look at, you know, Donald's family, the way he was raised, the way he was with his sisters. Remember, his sister was much younger than he was, even though he claims he's the victim. He's not and never will be, in that circumstance at least. And I think, in my opinion, that has that kind of relationship has sustained in his brain all of these years, causing him to be I won't say it, but yes, she was 5. Yeah.
At Summer's Hilltop home, Wells showed me a refrigerator he says Summer played on.
I don't know what else she did, but what in the world is that?
And
She liked to twirl. She liked to play in an old refrigerator. And she liked to swing. Distraction. Yes, exactly, Sarah. 2 different times. That's never gotten out of my head. Is that bullet holes in the fridge? I do believe so, probably. Or Don maybe put holes in it so if the kids played in it, maybe could breathe, as sad as it is. Yeah. Yes. To breathe, yeah.
I don't know what else she did, but what in the world is that?
And we walked to Summer's swing.
This is her favorite.
That's her favorite. Yeah, she liked to twirl.
Don Wells is pleading for his daughter's return.
Whoever has her will have mercy, and please let her come home.
Sheriff Lawson says investigators remain committed to finding Summer.
Everyone in Summer's case is still a suspect.
Everyone, and absolutely everyone in Summer's case is still a suspect. I know there was a channel that was, and it wasn't Smiley. I want to make sure that was interviewing him the other day, and she said they weren't suspects any longer. And that is the farthest thing that is not, they are suspects. They are.
And we do want to show you right now on the TBI website, you can see for yourself that Amber Alert's still active. The TBI still fielding tips. Any information you have, make sure you get it right to the TBI. You can call them at 1-800-TBI-FIND. As of a year ago, or right around a year after she went missing, they said they had close to 2,000 tips that they were trying to follow each and every lead that they could. Here's a little bit of that timeline, a little bit of what happened when she went disappeared on June 15th, 2021. It's now been 600 days since that Amber Alert was issued by the TBI. She went missing from the Ben Hill Road area of Hawkins County. You heard from the sheriff, Ronnie Bell. They're talking about this is a very remote area. Not a lot of activity happens. So that's where they're kind of at a loss, is trying to figure out where did she go. They followed that scent down to the road from the dogs, and then nothing. Once they go from dirt to pavement or kind of mix different types of materials is when the dogs have a real tough trouble keeping up with that scent. The TBI, Hawkins County deputies, are continuing to search once again, 1-800-TBI with any credible information. It has been 600 days, and she turned 7 over the weekend on Saturday. Her family held a celebration for her. The TBI came out with information saying, we haven't forgotten her and we will not forget her. The same goes for us here. And here's that tweet from the Tennessee Bureau of Investigation. They said today, February 4th, which was on Saturday, is Summer Wells' 7th birthday. She's now been missing for nearly 20 months. We haven't forgot her. We won't. Agents continue to investigate the circumstances surrounding her disappearance. Please call 1-800-TBI with any credible information. So once again, it has been 600 days since that Amber Alert was filed. Her birthday was over the weekend. And keep in mind, authorities are also still searching. We haven't really heard kind of the end of this, but they're still searching for a 1998 to 2000 maroon or red Toyota Tacoma with a full bed ladder rack. Toyota Tacoma, a little smaller than a full-size truck. They're looking for one that at the time had a full bed ladder rack as well as white buckets in the bed of that truck. Still, they have not been able to find who drove that. That's one of the things they've been talking about. Maybe a person of interest or anyone with information that could have been in the area is what they're searching for. There were a lot of rumors swirling online of that wasn't a thing or they found the person. The TBI came out a while back, said that is not the case. So really any information still, if you have anything, if you just moved to the area and you heard something, maybe you're new here and you haven't heard about this case, please share this story, share these pictures as far and as wide as you can as the search for Summer Wells still continues. Taking you back one more time to this website. This is on the TBI's website. You can see all the active missing child alerts. 1-800-TBI find a resolved one here out of Maryville just a couple of days ago. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6 total missing kids, either with an endangered child alert or an Amber Alert active in the state of Tennessee right now. And of course, Summer Wells on there for the longest so far. It seems like 600 days since that Amber Alert went out for Summer Wells. Right now, you can head to the WVLT News app, our website, 600 Days Missing, the search for Summer Wells. We've got more information as well as a timeline going back to day one and what investigators have been looking for, the types of tips that they've got, and what they don't want in terms of hearsay or things that, hey, maybe I heard someone say this and I think this. If you have a credible tip, that's what they want to know. They've had thousands upon thousands of tips so far.
So over 600 days since Summer Wells has been missing. Now we're going to go to the Smiley's World. Crap, let me find it. Channel. And we're going to listen to some of that. Oh, thank you, Vet Girl. Appreciate you so much. Summer will get justice. 1-800-TBI find. Amen to that. We will not stop until Summer gets justice. What I do want to warn you is there is a lot of strong language, sensitive topics. Don even goes as far as to say that they quote, they may have hit her in her effing head with a effing hammer for all that he knows. So just remember that. I don't know how of any father could say something about his daughter like that. That is subhuman. You took the words exactly. Subhuman behavior. So we're going to start at about the 36.
I have to give my props to a lot of good people out there that believe us, and they've been there for us, and I thank you from the bottom of my heart.
Yeah, I mean, I fell in love with Summer from, day one, and I try to stay on it, and I try to do the right thing. I don't get money on it. I've just recently put my Cash App out, but I don't monetize. I haven't, and I
Gonna throw my ass in jail, and ain't nothing that we can do about it. I mean, I don't want to disrespect the courts, but going out with Candace,
Well, do you still have a gag order in place? Is that, I mean, I know I've heard you say.
Okay, he talks about the gag order. When does Don go to jail? The 7th? Or not go to jail. God forgive me. Does he go to court the 7th or the 9th? Or is it the 8th? I can't remember. It's coming up. I know that. The reason I said jail was because he talks about he thinks that they may put him the 9th. Thank you. So 2 more days from now. Good morning, Melissa. Good to see you. Thank you all for joining. I appreciate it. If you don't mind, go ahead and hit that thumbs up button. Now listen to what he says.
Somebody's asked me, and I know that you said you're going to speak regardless because you think they kidnapped your boys. But somebody's asking, did you have the gag order in place still? I mean, I know you don't care, but
I don't know. I care. I don't want to disrespect the courts. Don't get me wrong, because that judge can throw my ass in jail, and ain't nothing that we can do about it. I mean, I don't want to disrespect the courts, but I'm just so fed up with bullshit and the lies and the drama and all this crap. I'm just done.
So for a minute, I did think that the gag order was over, but the way he talks, because Smiley's like, well, I know you feel like they kidnapped your kids and, you don't care what the court says. And then Don says, well, I care what the court says. They're going to throw me in jail. I respect what the court says, but, so, is the gag order still in place? Is that why he thinks he may get thrown in jail, is for not paying attention to the gag order? That's something to think about. Why is he concerned about going to jail? Like he is talking on purpose. If he goes to jail on the 9th, I am sure it is not for talking about the boys. Interesting. Oh, thank you. True Love has 4. Thank you so much. God bless you. I really appreciate your donation right now. It means a lot. Thank you. Yes, never forget. If Don wanted Summer found, all he had to do was to show police where he went. Wow. A lot of strong feelings.
I really am, man.
yeah. This is not how I expected this to go tonight. I didn't expect you to call, and this is very hard for me. This is so hard for me.
Well, imagine how hard it is for Summer.
I know. My question, I was going with this.
Thank you, Mama Bear. God bless you. I appreciate it.
And they might have, and I got a picture here I can show. It doesn't matter because you're on the phone. You can verify it. I can show the picture later. Can I ask you, and that's one reason I brought out my medical records. I can verify, Don, that they do not do this with heart patients. I kind of feel like there was and I know you're going to get mad with me, and that's fine because I'm here for Summer.
Let's get the truth out, man. The truth is what matters. Let's bring it.
Why was Candace, why? Okay, I'm not saying she don't have a heart problem, okay?
Oh, I know she has a heart problem.
Okay, I understand she was born with one. I'm not saying that at all.
That's not the hospital.
I understand.
But I'll explain it to you. There's no problem.
Okay, but let me get this out. What I want to know, because I get sidetracked sometimes, what I want to know is why were y'all at a children's hospital? A lot of people didn't realize that sign was behind y'all when y'all were standing with the balloons, and I got the picture on. Why were you at a children's?
Okay, let me explain that real quick.
Okay.
The children's hospital is right next door to the hospital that Candace was in. We walked out to put the balloons out at Nightswalker's Children's Hospital, right? And I know this because Josie was in there, my oldest son. He almost died.
I'm sorry.
He went septic after having a gallbladder problem, and we took him to Kingsport 3 times, and they couldn't figure out what was wrong with him. So they flew him to Johnson City. He was almost dead because he went septic.
And Dawn skirts around it, talks about something else. Sword of the Spirit, very good point. 2 first times occurred that day. Dawn drove the Subaru that day for the first time. Now, I've heard that he's taken it to work before, but I don't think that he's ever taken it to work before. I think it was only that day because he said the work, his employees or the employer or other employees there was making fun of him because he brought the car and Hunter with Candace for the first time in months. Very good points. Other things that, there was a picture of Candace laying in a hospital bed, not in a gown, nothing hooked up to her. And I don't know if it was a children's hospital, if that's what Smiley is talking about, but it does appear that something is fishy, in my opinion. Yes, and 423 Chase, he did admit, and later on in this interview, you guys need to definitely go listen to this on Smiley's channel for the entire full interview. But 423 Chase, there is so many creators that have became creators since Summer has went missing, that people are in that area that are tied to the Wells or someone that knows the Wells. There is some very interesting ties, and it makes you wonder why. Why does this happen? Why was 423? He's known Dawn and them for 7 years. Dawn has been deviant since childhood, just as you were trying to write. Were you exactly Sword of the Spirit? Exactly. Of course, Palmy, thank you. And Dawn, I think Dawn asked Josh from the lab the other day, he's like, don't tell me you haven't done stuff like, and it's like, it's so sad because in Dawn's twisted mind, he thinks everyone has done something like this. He literally thinks everyone has done something like this. Don't tell me you haven't done something. And it's like, no, Dawn, no, because it's not normal. It's not normal.
Yeah. But do you know why, Dawn, that they didn't put a gown on her or make her go in a wheelchair? Because usually that's the first thing they do. They don't want to be liable if something happens. If you're having heart issues, is put you in a wheelchair and roll you down.
No idea about that.
You know.
Do all that because every time I've ever been in a hospital, that's what the first thing they do is put one of those stupid gowns on you and cry.
Yeah. Yeah, and then they do the they do the EKGs and all that with all the wires and everything. So if she, she had that sweatshirt on and that hat, if she wasn't able to take it off, they're going to take it off of you kindly. But
she has a heart monitor on her chest right now.
Yeah.
And she has a phone that they give her that records all that information. Even though they didn't put her in a gown and all that crap, I don't know why they didn't.
That can be something like they can do that at a doctor's office, hook you up to one of those monitors and send you out. Did she just go there and they hooked her up in a heart monitor and she was in that bed? Was it like an emergency room kind of room or something like that? Because, I mean, to me, it doesn't look like she was admitted. That is for certain. Just my opinion.
Didn't do that. I mean, I have no idea. But
She has a Holter monitor then. They gave her a Holter monitor to wear at home. Yeah.
it's actually something that sticks to. It's got sticky tape or whatever that sticks to her chest.
Yeah.
One of them phones or whatever the hell that records all that information.
Yeah. Yeah.
That's all I know. I mean, I don't know why they didn't make her get in a gown or whatever. I have no idea about any of that. I couldn't tell you.
Yeah. Well, I know if she goes next time or whatever, please make sure she does get in a wheelchair because, that can be dangerous too.
I don't want to take her too much because I try to make her tough as much as possible. I don't want to sit there and beg her.
Yeah.
She's a tough girl. You know what?
I can't imagine Dawn or Candace babying anything. Anything.
She's helped me out on the job, and that's one woman right there. She can run angle tools. I know y'all don't know anything about sheetrock, but I'll say this much: that woman can run angle tools, and she can run my nail spotter, and she can do a lot of stuff that a lot of men can't even figure out for nothing. And that woman right there can do it.
That's
So
good.
that's why I don't want to beg her because she's tough.
Yeah. And that's good. That's good. Women need to know those things. That's good.
She can do some stuff that a lot of men I've heard can't even figure out for nothing. All my boys, even my second oldest son, I can't mention him by name because of gag order or whatever the fuck. That pisses me off so bad.
Mm-hmm.
But the one that went on the airplane ride that I have on Facebook,
Yeah.
he can run my nail box like it ain't nothing.
Yeah.
And but he wants like $100 a day.
Yeah. Yeah.
They want big money. It's like, wait, wow, big.
Yeah. He's going to make sure he gets paid.
They want the big money.
No.
Well, these kids can do it, and so can Candace. For a woman, I mean.
Did you?
Sorry.
No, I didn't mean to interrupt you. For a woman, what was you going to say? Go ahead.
I mean, she's. I've hired a lot of men. She does better than most men I've ever hired. That's the truth.
Mm-hmm. Do you?
That's why I don't want to baby her.
Do you know what happened to? At one time, I know you kind of blamed Dudley. Do you know what happened to him or where he's at?
I have no idea what happened to him. I try to look at him on Facebook, and from what I can understand, what I've read on Facebook is him and his current wife split up and had some sort of dispute or downfall.
Thank you so much, Sarah Smith. That's very kind of you. I do appreciate it very much. That girl, Candace Wells, I think that's what it means, said something very interesting the other night on the Critter channel, lady. Something liked to be inside. Summer liked to be inside with her daddy. The boys like to be outside fishing and hunting. I thought Don Wells said the opposite.
Or whatever, we don't know. I have no idea.
Do you think he had anything to do with that, or?
He was my number one suspect for a long time because he had so much hate for me.
Yeah.
All I did was try to help him, give him a job, give him 50% of the money. Who does that?
Mm-hmm.
I was saying, I mean, I will never, ever, ever work with that fucker again.
Mm-hmm.
That motherfucker better stay the fuck away from me for the rest of my life. I will fuck him up. Sorry.
No, that
I did nothing but do him right, and he fucked me.
Why was you looking him up then? Why was you looking him up on Facebook?
Just to see, like anybody would, to see what's going on with him or whatever, But he's another fucktard
Yeah.
to the max.
Guys, I do want to warn you, there is strong language and just vile behavior from Don in this.
To an extent.
Can I ask you a question? This is my curiosity.
You've been asking me questions. What you mean?
I know, but can I ask you a serious question? And this has to do with YouTube and a lot of stuff. Okay. So I'm just going to get it out there. I kind of try to think outside the box. So
I've been trying to think outside the box, trying to figure out what happened to my daughter.
I know. Okay. So I'm going to try not to look at the chat for a minute. This is just me and you talking.
I would like to see the chat, and I'd like to answer back to some of these.
I'm gonna ask some questions. They're asking in just a minute, but I want to ask you this.
Yeah, let's do that. Let's go to chat.
Okay. Can I ask you one question though? And okay. So Don, how do you feel? Do you think that like there's people working together behind the scenes to sabotage this case?
I know why. Exactly why.
I don't know why. Do you?
I know.
Do you?
I know it's true. It's true.
Okay. Do you? It's like they don't want Summer to be found.
No.
And I don't get it. I don't understand it.
I don't either. We've been asking this from day one. Why?
Okay. Do you think that the police are aware of this and that they actually well, I've turned it in myself, to be honest with you, but do you think that they are really looking into this?
Man, I had a TBI agent come to me at the jail when I was in jail. I said, man, I'm so sick of watching YouTube and fucking paying attention to all this bullshit.
Okay.
Oh my gosh, this is crazy. So yeah, they're watching everything said, every little bit of information that's on here. I guarantee you they're watching us right now.
Oh yeah. I beg my people come to me. They're so mean to me sometimes. And I'm like, listen, if you think I'm not saying something right, because I'm from Nashville. Look, I was born and bred in East Nashville. And I said, look, if you think the way I talk or I don't say something correctly or I'm not proper up to you or whatever, listen, I don't joke like these people. I've turned so much stuff in because Summer's my number one concern. And they say, I'm going to report you or this or that. I said, take my whole freaking thing and turn it. You want Ronnie? Whose email do you want? Send it to them. I don't care. Send my whole live stream to come to you, right? Or her kids, right?
Well, I guess, but
Okay.
The publishing company or whatever, they quit sending us anything on that a long time ago. We did have one check in here for a long time.
Yeah.
For like $40 or $20 or something, but we never did even try to cash it.
Well, Don, I would find out about that because honestly, they're still selling that book. I bought one and I wrote there's 3 addresses in there and I wrote the information and 2 of the letters I got back. One was from Canada, a return address. So they may be out of business, but if I was y'all, I would try to find out because if they're selling the books, try Amazon too. If they're selling the books, somebody's supposed to be getting that income and I don't know who's getting it, but again, that's none of my business. I'm just letting you know.
All I can say is I hope they enjoy their new home or whatever the royalties they get from it, whatever they can keep it for.
Sword of the Spirit, that is a very good point. EquiSearch said in their history of looking for people, the Wells were the first to not help look for their child. Don cursed them out. If you don't agree with Don, if you have anything, even a constructive criticism, he is going to cuss you. It's literally that simple. Literally that simple. Yeah, it's about some book. Where did the donations go from the website for Find Summer Wells? Good question.
That's all I got to say on that.
Yes, sir.
I can give a damn less about it.
Okay. All right. Well, okay. So I'm going to ask the questions now. I apologize. I just wanted to, YouTube, it's been all over YouTube. So I just wanted to get that out of the way.
Respectful. I love that. Man. That's awesome.
I'm trying. Okay.
I'm here to ask you questions. I've been doing this for 2 years. I mean, every day, all day long, trying to answer people's questions. And it gets so out of hand and out of whack. People think that we're like these monsters. It's not the way it is at all.
Well, we don't, I try to be respectful until you go shade on me. You know what I'm saying? So
Next time I go to Hollywood, though, I'm going to get on Jimmy Kimmel's Live.
yeah,
And then we're going to deal with all you haters.
yeah.
It sounds good anyway.
I know. All right. So, all right. Darlene Spencer would like to know, do you know how bad that Jody Sue had bashed you or whatever?
I know, and I don't understand that. It's just like Marlena and all these haters,
Mhm.
I did nothing. Me and Candace, man, my private investigators went and helped that fucking bitch move from up there.
Mhm.
Took his 4-wheel drive up that fucking driveway and helped that fucking cunt move. Sorry about my language,
You're
but
fine.
I can't help it.
You're
Now,
fine.
at this point, I just can't help it. I'm sorry. Okay, but I'm not sorry.
I understand.
Help that bitch move. Done everything in the world for her. Give her the keys to my Suburban, which I don't give nobody the keys to my fucking Suburban.
Mhm.
And help that bitch fucking move to where that fucking cunt is now. And done everything in the world for her. And she's gonna stab us in the back like that? Really, Joey Sue? Wow.
Now she did say, I heard her say before, she trusted you and felt safer to be in the car with you than she did Andy. It brought some to wonder and question, did y'all ever have a thing going? So I'm just putting that out there and asking for everybody else that they don't want to ask.
I ain't got no thing going, nothing but except for my wife. And that's it.
Okay. All right.
That's how I was saying.
Sometimes I ask the things nobody else wants to ask. So
Well, no, that's cool. I appreciate it. You're being honest.
yeah, I just try to be honest. That's
Yeah, man. There ain't nothing wrong with that.
okay. So let's see. Suzanne Goins, Vineyard said, Don, Candace said it was 2 minutes that she was with Grandis with her knee brace, and Summer was in the house with her brothers. In 2 minutes, what could have happened with 5 people home?
Yeah, that's the question we're asking too, huh? That's exactly what we're asking. Same question. Yeah. Exactly.
So you just
somebody either come up here. We know from the police dogs. We have to stick with the police dogs. Once they smelled her clothes and went from the back basement door down the trail, that tells me, and I've been over this all day today with other people. Okay, so I'm gonna share it with you.
okay.
If Summer was mad and wanted to, let's say for a minute that Summer was mad because the boys didn't want to go downstairs and play with her boys, with her. And she got mad. She would have went down the driveway.
Nope. You said she would never leave the house. Never leave the house.
Right.
She didn't know there was a dog show there. I didn't know that dog show was there either. But when the police come up here with their search dogs, which we had about 4 or 5 sets of police dogs, but the first set of dogs, they went straight down that trail and the scent ended at the end of the road down there.
Mhm.
It can prove that you could go from that back door to Ben Hill Road in less than a minute. He proved that.
Right.
And so that tells me, according to the police dog, that she was taken down that dog trail and thrown into a car and taken away from him. But I already knew that.
Mhm.
I already knew that before any of this stuff happened. I knew it already.
Okay.
I forgot where we was going with all this. Sorry.
Taken down that trail while she's kicking and screaming if it's a stranger, and nobody even heard a car, because you're going to be able to hear it's out in the middle of nowhere. You hear a car coming from a mile away in the country, and there's nobody, nothing, no evidence. Kids are there all day alone, the boys. Adults show up, Summer shows up, she's missing. No.
That's fine. Just where could she have went with 5 people in the house with 2 in, just a few minutes?
Yeah, somebody had to. He's been waiting in the weeds. We're talking about June 15th, when there was a lot of coverage from the bushes and everything growing, the leaves and everything. Somebody could have been hiding out right there at the end of that trail and just spying on her.
Yeah.
Somebody grabbed her and took her down that trail, because that's what the police dogs tell us.
Have they, usually they clear the parents first. Have they?
Stand ditches and trying to clear nobody. But you know what? TBI
Yes.
said that me and Candace both passed our lie detector test.
Okay.
Like, that's all I can go on.
The lie detector test means zip to me, to be quite honest with you. Don says that the police officer, and he talks about it, Smiley asked about it, whenever Summer first went missing, Don said one of the police officers went and gave them a bottle of liquor. Whenever you take any lie detector test, you cannot be on any blood pressure medicines. You cannot have any drugs in your system. You cannot have any alcohol in your system. No antidepressants. No drugs. Do you think Don and Candace went 24 hours without a substance in them? Look at her WJHL interview, where it's her, and it's the famous one of her and Don sitting outside, and I get it, her kid is missing and everything, but she is smashed in that interview. Not a chance.
I'm surprised that they did that, but they did.
So
And for the record, Hawkins County does not give lie detector tests. Those are done by TBI.
I'm kind of, I'm upset a lot with Hawkins County. I'm not saying that I'm just saying, why have they not cleared you? It's not that I'm saying you've done anything. I'm saying,
You know why they have?
Another good point, Vet Girl. Was it a voice or a full polygraph? Did you pass the questions asked them, couldn't finish maybe? That is exactly right. And Don could be saying that they passed, 8 out of 10 questions, or, they passed 1 question, they passed 5 questions, so, but the, 2 of the questions could have been the most important questions, right? You just don't know. And obviously, police, TBI, haven't said anything. And there's a reason why lie detectors don't hold up in court as well, because they're not reliable.
Have that cleared us
Why?
because they're assholes.
That's what.
They have not cleared Don or Candace because Don thinks they're assholes. That is the only reason. No, Don, TBI, Hawkins County, anyone wants to be clear the parents. Every human being on the planet wants to be able to clear the parents. But after a year and a half, you are still not cleared. Why? Why? Apparently, the alibis is not as maybe as strong as maybe they know something. Maybe they know nothing. I don't know. But they should be able to clear you after a year and a half, at least the parents, in my opinion.
One thing we can agree on. I've asked a million times why that everybody else is having to do their job, yet they don't want YouTube involved.
I'm gonna take that back because
Yeah, you better let me say that and you not say that.
there's a lot of good people in Hawkins County. Actually,
Yeah.
There's a lot of good women that support us in every way, and they know what's going on. They ain't stupid.
Yeah.
You know what? And but for the, I have to say that I can't help it.
I understand. Listen, everybody in Hawkins County is not bad. Everybody in law enforcement's not bad.
That's right. There's a damn lot of good people in Hawkins County. Be damn right there is.
But there's a lot of corruption going on too. But at the same token, I have to.
Absolutely. Don said this is the 11th time in one interview, 10th time in another time, that they knocked down your door while you was in prison or in jail, whatever. Why are they still knocking down your door after a year and a half? Why are they still knocking down your doors after a year and a half? That's the question. It's not because they're, quote, assholes. There's a reason. I don't know that reason, but there's a reason they're doing what they're doing.
Wonder why they have not cleared a bunch, even in Elizabeth Smart, not getting off on another subject, but they always try to clear the parents first.
I was in Utah when Elizabeth Smart was abducted. I was in Utah.
Mm-hmm.
I actually give that motherfuckers about fucking 75 cents.
Oh, wow.
That motherfucker would go downtown, Salt Lake City, and dressed in like Jesus clothes, and he would go hold his hand out, and I was like, he come walking up to me, and held his hand out. I said, well, what is it that you want? And he didn't say a word, no words at all, and he just held his hand out again, like that, held his hand out. I was like, okay, I guess you want money, so I give him, some change, not knowing that this dude is the one that took Elizabeth Smart.
Right.
I was there in Salt Lake City at the time.
What do you say that this dude what? I couldn't understand it. He was always downtown panhandling. Don was always downtown panhandling? Or who? Yes, Sword of the Spirit. Yes. Yes, he did. Within 2 weeks. I know that. The neighbors still have the door attached. Yeah, exactly. Don, the neighbors, every single neighbor on Ben Hill Road still has their door attached. Every single neighbor on Ben Hill Road still has their door attached. They haven't knocked down one single neighbor's door. They haven't knocked it down. Why is that? Why is that, Don? Why is that, Candace? Why? What if CPS had her all the... No, Sylvie, that would be impossible. I do foster care, I do emergency foster care, and can't do that. And yeah, he's saying that the guy who kidnapped Elizabeth Smart was panhandling. He gave him some money. Oh my God, Jesus! Okay.
That was so sad. Well, I know also too that now they did say they cleared. They said Jody Sue's not a suspect. What do you think about that?
I don't agree with that. I think that's bullshit. I think they're just saying that to blow smoke up everybody's ass. How about that?
Okay. Do you think that it was because Benny called with the attitude he called? Maybe.
That's an interesting. He placed himself with another SA creep who took Elizabeth Smart, same location and time. I have been in places. You took the words out of my mouth, Fat Girl. I was getting ready to say that afterwards. Don has said that he has been in places where they have done unspeakable things to children. Now, that right there should, first of all, what or how or what would make you go around any place like that? And second of all, what did you do about it? And he did nothing. If he was there, because he said he didn't do anything. He's been around. Now, I've got a lot of things that I'm putting together right now of the hypocrisy of Donald Wells that I'll have together soon. Things that he has said just makes you go,
Benny's always got attitude to everybody. He's a little wigger wannabe.
Okay. All right. So, all right, let's go to another question then. Let's see.
Benny Keys, you're not black. You don't even make a good wigger, man. You're white, dude. You're right.
this is disgusting, deplorable behavior, and just it may be offensive. It is offensive, and it should be offensive to every human being. It's not that it may be, it is offensive. You know, the thing is, Don, he wants acceptance by everyone, but yet he spread, just hate toward anybody that doesn't look like him, act like him, or accept his BS.
Okay, so let's see. That was okay. So Marie Kitchen just says she wants you to know that so many people are looking for Summer.
Thank you. God bless you.
Mhm.
God bless you. Man, that's what it's about. Thank you.
Yes,
God bless you.
and
I want my baby home. I would do anything, but in the end, you know what? In the end, she might be dead. They might have killed her. They might have molested her. They might have raped her. They might have killed her. They might have hit her in the head with a fucking hammer for all I fucking know.
How does a parent speak these things? How do they speak these things with at least their voice shaking? He rolls it off his tongue and keeps on ticking. Have you ever, and I agree, everyone acts differently, with a death, with, you know, something bad happening in their lives. But there is a line that no one should cross. And he did that a million times over, in my opinion. Could have just hit her in her effing head. And as you can see, Smiley, she went. Because Smiley, I, and all of us here are complete strangers to Summer. And it bothers us. We have shed tears for this child, this baby, this beautiful kid. And this is the person, 50% of her DNA is from Don. And he can just roll it off your tongue. Thank you. God bless you. Yeah, someone might have hit her in her effing head with a hammer. Thank you. God bless you. Like, I literally have chills up the back of my head right now. Like, chills. Why would he say hammer and not just deceased? Why would he say the word M and R? Yeah. Yep. I agree, Lisa. I don't either, Ageless. I really don't. The same father who can say his 18-year-old daughter who was SA and didn't call the police, she took it like a trooper. You're absolutely right, Sword. You're absolutely right. The same person, I don't even know why I'm shocked. I guess because we're normal human beings, but you know, the same person who says, you know, he was 15, she was 5, and yet he was the victim, is what he says. Like a 5-year-old can even think about something like that. But no one can take up for Jeannie and or Mary. We can speak horrible about them. They can speak horrible about them, question mark. Yeah. I think you guys need to subscribe to Smiley because she did this wonderfully, this interview, because truthfully, if you want to get something out of Don, you really don't challenge him. That's not the way to really get something out of him. It is to be kind to him and let him talk. Now, there are times he needs to be challenged, but if you're wanting information, don't challenge him. He's just going to roll up in a ball and then cuss you. But if you want him to speak and his mindless gibberish, let him go with it. Good job, Smiley.
So you know what? God will make it right one day. That's all.
What'd I tell you? Beat her in the head with the effing hammer. You know, God will one day. I mean, I've just never seen anything like it.
Only hope that I have. My life's completely destroyed. Not completely. I still have some hope, but you know what? Without my beautiful daughter, man, I can't. I don't know what to do anymore.
Just,
My beautiful daughter.
I can't imagine. Oh my God. Okay.
Everything for us.
There's Smiley.
Girl. Oh my God.
Oh Lord. Okay. I'm so sorry. Okay. Okay, let's see.
Oh, baby. Love her so much. I can't. I hate you. Fucking hate motherfuckers. Fuck you, motherfuckers.
Don, Kim Holmes said, keep your faith. Okay.
And that's exactly right. He just said someone hit her in the effing head with an effing hammer and asked and her, you know, and tears now, but just placed S in a horrible situation with a hammer. And no tears then. A moment of guilt triggering some tears for Don. That's what I'm saying. It's just not normal. He's just not. There's no. I am. No.
Okay, Sky Purple said, go knock on a few doors, search around.
I almost got shot doing that, really. Man, you think I'm afraid to go kick in motherfucker's door? Because I'm afraid of jail or any fucking thing else? You got me fucked up.
Did you, so you went and knocked literally on people's doors?
Yeah, I almost got arrested. I almost got shot, and then I got accused of.
Smiley, you did a wonderful job on this, and I also want your background. I need to know what or how you did that, or where you bought it.
Fucking trying to fucking steal some little girl shit. Fucking what am I supposed to do?
Yeah, it didn't last long, did it?
Fucking is.
Lord.
When I was driving around one night, okay, it was one day. Sorry, it was daytime. I went all the way to the top of Bays Mountain, and I went driving by, and there was a little 5-year-old girl standing on the corner, right?
Mm-hmm.
I think this is the story. I think this is the story.
I was thinking to myself, wow, this little girl's out here on the corner of the road watching me as I drove by. Okay. So I went on down, I'm on top of Bays Mountain. I'm trying to remember the name of it. I might
Notice how Don says, this little girl is watching me.
drove down to the end. I went to the guy's house I know, and first thing he said is, "What the fuck are you looking on my property for, man? Go look down there at these motherfuckers' property. Why are you here talking to me?" You know, and shit. I had a gun in my pocket at the time. And so I was like, okay, you know, whatever, you want to be a hard ass with me, you know, and shit. And so I drove out to the middle of nowhere where there was nothing left, and I turned around and come back. And as I was driving out, that little girl was still standing on the corner of the street. So I was like, oh, I can't deal with this. I can't deal with this. So I pulled in the driveway and I asked the little girl, I said, "Are your parents home?" And she said, "Well, Grandpa, blah, blah, blah." And I was like, okay. So I went up and I knocked on the door, and all I heard was like, whatever, you know, like that, or whatever, just a bunch of gargling noise, or whatever. So I opened the door and I said, "Do you know your little girl is out here on the fucking corner of the fucking road out here by herself?" And I couldn't understand what he was said or whatever, you know. I was like, fuck, I was so mad. And so I shut the door and I went and I walked to my vehicle.
Mhm.
And I told the little girl, I said, I just waved at her and I said, you know, whatever. I can't remember what I said to her. And I drove off. And then after that, they fucking attacked me and said that I was trying to take that little girl.
Oh my gosh.
They fucking attacked me on fucking Facebook and said I tried to steal a little girl and shit, you know. And so I went on the offensive, of course, and told my story. And some people stood up for me on Facebook, and I said that's what, you know, they said. They took up for me.
Yeah.
And thank God.
That's always bothered me. He's had two stories like this.
The thing that I get for trying to save that little girl's life, shit. Like a little girl should not have been out there on the corner of the road by herself, because it's bullshit. It pisses me off.
Well, it's dangerous, and they were probably fearful for
Yes, soon after that happened, the police were called and the mother did come forward.
their daughter, you know. I mean, I don't know if they specifically knew you or not, but
Oh, they knew most.
I want you guys all to think of this. Think of it like this. Dawn has a daughter missing, right? Dawn has a daughter missing. There is this Dawn says in a story that he has been in a place where awful, you know what, things happen to little kids. Now add that with this daughter missing. Now add the fact that 2 accounts that Don has talked about from his own mouth going to, and it's little girls that was standing on the side of the street, and he walks up and there knocks on the door and everything, according to Don. Now add all of this together and then think about his sister being 5 years old, but yet he's the victim. And now I want you to ask yourself if you've ever been in one of those situations. Now think about it, people. Have you ever been in a situation of them doing these horrible things, as Don says? Or with your sister at 5 years old? This does not happen multiple occasions, and these are what we know about. These are what we know about. Can you imagine what we don't? It doesn't happen like this. Don always said, I always knew something would happen. I told Candace to keep her guarded, to keep her safe. I always knew, is what he said. And I think who was trying to keep him safe, he knew who he was inside, in my opinion.
Most people around here know exactly who I am because of all the drama on Facebook,
Yeah.
everything, YouTube. Most people around here know exactly who I am. That's why I can't even get a damn job around no more.
So,
Most people just block me and act like they don't know me anymore.
so you have to go out of town for your work. Is that?
Yes.
Yeah. Somebody wants to know when the last time you spoke with TBI was. When is the last time they actually updated you on Summer?
You know what? I'm gonna call them tomorrow, so I don't have to hear this shit no more.
Yeah, I would call the.
And I will update it and tell you exactly what they tell me. And you know what they're gonna tell me? Oh, we're still checking in there.
You know what they're going to tell me? I'm still checking in. Now, this is what I want you to do. Brandy and Tyler, Michael Vaughn's parents, they said they talk to the police. They call every single day. Every single day. Nearly every single day was their quote. You see the way they have behaved, crying, caring, pounding the pavement. Now you see Candace and all of them. You know what they're going to tell me? I understand the frustration of maybe not getting anywhere or whatever. But they say, well, they got my number. TBI, they got my number. That's what Don and Candace and Grandis say. Yes, and that's exactly right. And Tyler and Brandy are cleared. As well. Grandis and all of them, Candace, well, they got my number. It's not how it works.
I'll make sure I post that for you tomorrow so you guys all know that that's what they tell me. Blah, 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 blah.
Yeah.
Okay?
Yeah. I mean, I would just definitely every day something, I would talk to them.
I did that for a long time, but you know, TBI is very tight-lipped. They ain't telling me jack shit.
I don't know if you want to speak on this or not, but what do you think about Brandon Lawson and what was going?
That's very interesting, isn't it?
Yeah.
That's very interesting, and I learned a lot about him in jail from inmates.
Yeah.
That boy was in the drug trade. He was slinging dope.
Yeah.
He was having lots of fun, and apparently using drugs against women, sexual crimes against women, and pretty much got away with the whole 9 yards.
Yeah.
If you ask me.
And I'm not wanting you to, because you're right up there in it. And I'm not trying to take the focus off of y'all or anybody up there that could have been, but I did have, I have questions about that as well. And it was hidden for so long while they were looking for Summer.
They tried to hide us. Originally, that boy had 15 charges of sexual assault against women or young girls.
Yeah.
15 charges in his church with the young girls, and plus doing meth, running the meth trade. He probably even knows Fred Hill down the road here.
Yeah.
So yeah, he could be responsible for taking my daughter. You damn right he could be.
Yeah. Yeah.
Well, we don't know, but we don't know. I have no idea.
Right. All right. Let's see what else they're saying here.
I don't know how you get 15 charges like that and get away with it and not even serve a few days in jail.
Yep, I understand. Okay, so also too, let's see. Have you checked into child trafficking places they're asking?
Well, the only child trafficking places that I know about, that I personally know about, is like Los Angeles, Stockton, California, and stuff like that.
Okay.
And I personally know about that by accident.
Okay. What do you mean by accident? How do you know about that by accident?
Back in my cocaine days, you know, when I was younger and I was out there doing all that dumb shit, I ran into some shit like that.
Yeah.
But I didn't understand it at that time. But now looking back, you know, in my mind, I'm like, wow, you know, I'm a million miles away from that now, but now I get it and I understand what was happening. You know, I didn't get it then when I was younger.
Right.
But now looking back, it's like, okay, I can put the pieces together, the puzzle pieces together, and it's like these kids were taken away or run away, and they got them hooked on drugs and put out on the street, boys and girls. We're talking about Stockton, California now. This is a whole different world that none of y'all are familiar with.
Right. Right.
This is a drug area.
The Southern California is where he said he saw bad things happen to very small individuals.
Right. Okay. Let's see. So they are wanting to know. So does Candace have to have a pacemaker? Is that what she has to have?
She has to have the battery change in her pacemaker, but she also needs heart surgery, which is very risky. It could be life or death. Once they do the surgery, it's probably like 50-50 chance that she will survive.
I'm sorry. Okay. I'm sorry to hear that. Yeah.
Well, it is what it is, you know.
Okay. Well, hopefully they can just change the battery and she won't have to have the heart surgery, you know.
She has to have the heart surgery.
Did they tell her like mine was in my main Widowmaker? Like, did they tell her what she had? Like, where is her heart? Where does she have to have her heart?
All right, she's gonna be pissed off at me, but I'm gonna tell you anyway because she's always pissed off at me anyway. So
Right.
But okay, so the main artery that goes to her heart, instead of going straight to her heart, goes under her heart and then up into her heart. So every time her heart beats, the main artery closes up every time her heart beats.
Okay.
Down the vein onto her heart and reattach it to where it ain't closing off every time her heart beats.
Okay. Well, I mean, good Lord, so when are they going to do the heart surgery? When are they?
Hopefully soon, but it's a very risky operation. I know that.
Yes, it is.
She is such a good woman, and I know that she loves her kids with all her heart. I'm so fed up with people trying to make and say all this bad stuff about her and everything, and I've seen her broken heart. I know y'all have to do that, so I apologize. She didn't know how to take all this crap and drama, you know. She fell for all the wrong people, like Benny Keys, for instance, or like all these Chris McDonough is a main one.
Yeah.
Chris McDonough, man, if you're listening, you know, I just want to say one thing. And that's fuck off, you little bitch. You fucking destroyed my wife. You fucking fucktard.
I wish
And
none of this.
Josh from the lab, you know what? Fuck off too, you little bitch. You're just a fucking wannabe housewife that has a YouTube channel. Fucking go get a job, you little bitch. Sorry, I can't help that. My bad. I'm so sorry, man. I didn't mean to say that.
No, I'm just gonna let you talk. I didn't.
I'm just fed up with these motherfuckers, man. They ain't got nothing better to do in their fucking life but fucking destroy motherfuckers. I'm so fucking sick of it.
Yeah.
I'm sorry, man. I'm sorry to all you good people, man. I'm really sorry. I can't help it. I'm just so upset. They fucking destroyed my wife. They destroyed the whole case, if you ask me.
Well, I feel like this whole thing is just a mess. I mean, everything about this case is, I've never seen anything like this.
Me either. And a lot of people say that exactly the same words. Nobody's ever seen anything like this in their entire life. And I sure as hell haven't.
I wasn't expecting this, and
I apologize to all you good people, you know, man, about my language and all, man. I can't help it. I'm so upset. I just can't help it. Please forgive me. I'm sorry.
I mean, I just let you talk because I didn't expect you to call in. I didn't expect you to be in my chat. It's fine. I mean, I'm just going to let you say what you feel, and
I can't help it. I'm sorry.
it's okay. I'll get dragged for it one way or another, but it's okay.
Anybody that sticks up for us gets dragged to the mud.
It's fine. It's fine. I know what I'm here for. I know who I am. It's fine. I've already been called the worst of the worst and said just because I was in Miss Daisy's chat the other day, and I go where I want and I do what I want, and I'm my own person, and
You're a free American, you know?
yeah.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters.
Yeah, so I mean,
And I want my baby, my Summer, to be free.
yeah.
She should be a free American. She was born in America, and she should be free.
Yes.
And it's bullshit. We need to find her. And I thank you for all your work, for everything y'all doing that are helping to find my baby. Thank you from the bottom of my heart. God bless you all.
I just wish there was something that I could do to more than this. I mean, I don't know. I just feel like
I do too, but you know what? You're open-minded, and that's a great step.
I just want to keep her name and her face out there if there's nothing else that I can do.
Me neither. There's nothing else I can do, because if I knew who the fuck had her, I'll promise you. I'll promise you. But there's nothing I can do because I don't know who you had to.
Yeah.
All I know is these dickheads down the road here that fucking want to fucking act like asshole like Fred Hill. I'm gonna get a hold of that motherfucker real soon. You can tell him I want to start.
Didn't he go to Fred's for like after Summer went missing? Why is he mad at Fred now?
Just go ahead and tell him.
I've never talked to Fred.
I'm gonna fuck him up. I'm gonna talk to him, but he ain't gonna like it.
Why do you think? Why are you so? I mean, I don't know. Only thing that I know about Fred is what Ziggy come up there and did an interview. Why are you so against Fred? What happened? I mean, can you tell us that?
Because he wants to be a retard and talk circles and shit and be a method motherfucker. And you know, he needs to come clean. He needs to be real.
What?
We're not gonna be my daughter, number one, and he wants to play retarded games. I don't think so.
What games do you feel like Fred Hill's playing? What do you think?
Really? You ain't heard the retarded bullshit that he talks? He's on this wild goose chase about some balls and shit.
Oh no, I did hear that. Yes, yeah.
Now, I'm gonna say this to Ziggy. Don't bring your daughter up here to a meth head's fucking house and shit. You're gonna have the fucking welfare up your ass, Ziggy. Don't be fucking stupid. You wanna fucking you wanna meet me and meet us at fucking Wendy's again and have some chili with your beautiful daughter? I've met your daughter. Your daughter is awesome, man. She's a beautiful little girl. You know, don't bring a little girl to a meth head's fucking house. Don't do that. You're gonna have the welfare up your ass, and I'm gonna be up your ass. I promise you. Quit being stupid.
Okay, Hair Curlers and Crime said, Fred said Andy B was on Ben Hill at 3:30 that day. Ask him.
You know what? I wonder if Andy B ain't got something to do with all this bullshit. To be honest with you, he's a dumb fucking country hick motherfucker. That's the dumbest motherfucker. Don Buchanan.
I know they said Andy B. I'm sorry, Andy B. Did I say Don B? I'm sorry, I said Andy.
No, I might have took it wrong. I'm sorry.
All right, Fred, let me read this question again. Fred said Andy B, like I said, Andy Bernard was on Ben Hill at 3:30 that day.
No, he was not. And I can clarify that because I already talked to the police about him.
Okay, so
The police know exactly where Andy B was all that day.
Okay.
They checked the cameras at his job. They checked all cell phone records and everything else. Andy B is clean. Okay.
okay,
We'll just leave it at that.
okay.
We already had it. Police are. Sorry. I'm gonna shut up now.
No, you're fine. Somebody asked.
Where Andy B was. Let's put it that way.
They know where he was. The police do.
Yeah.
As long as the police know where he was, that's all that matters.
Exactly.
Hummingbird Carver wants to know. They said in order to help us find some. Yes, need more summer.
Well, what can I tell you more? Please. If it brings summer home, please tell me what. I can tell you that would bring summer home. I would do anything in my life.
Okay, Hummingbird, can you be a little bit more specific, y'all, and with the questions? What y'all want to know? I guess this is your chance.
This is your chance.
Yeah, this is your chance. Y'all be a little bit more specific. Because again, I wasn't expecting this, so I sure didn't have no questions prepared.
Well, you're doing a good job, though.
Oh, thank you.
We would all do anything to bring summer home. I appreciate y'all for loving her so much. God bless you all, okay?
Yeah.
And believe me, there ain't nobody out there that wants to my baby home more than me. I promise you that.
Yeah. She's okay. See, ask Don about the ginseng hunters. The one JLR walked through the woods with.
Man, JLR's a little bitch. What a little bitch. It's so fucking funny. That's JLR.
Yeah.
But hey, can I please say this real quick?
Yeah.
I did not mean to offend y'all women, but please forgive me.
You're okay with that. That's fine. Okay, we can over.
I did not mean to offend y'all women because women are so cool. I'm sorry. Please forgive me for that.
It's okay. All right.
Sorry.
You're fine. You said you're sorry. I think we can overlook that. All right. Let's see. Listen.
I'm just so pissed off with fucking JLR and these motherfuckers. I'm sorry. Please forgive me.
Yeah, I didn't mean to upset you with JLR, but they were just wanting to know the guy. You know the guy that he followed in the woods, Don?
These motherfuckers are. Well, okay, I'm gonna shut up before I see my phone on this. But I did not mean to offend any women whatsoever, man.
Well, They're not trying to offend you. They just want to know the guy that he followed in the woods, okay, down there. They just
I
want.
don't know who that fucking fucktard was. I don't know who that dumb motherfucker was.
Okay.
I don't know him whatsoever.
All right, let's move. Okay, let's move on then. Marlena Cantu wants to know, did you tell Rick Crawford that he sacrificed Summer?
Yeah, we did that every week in the Seventh-day Adventist Church. We sacrifice one child a week. You know.
Yeah, I mean, I guess they heard that you had told Rick Crawford that. I don't know.
For number one, Rick Crawford died. He's dead now.
Yeah.
Rick Crawford was into Marlena Crawford. That's his daughter. Marlena Crawford is the one that brought her daughter up there and just dumped her off until I got sick of it and told Candace, take her home. I'm not watching her baby while she goes out and does dope every fucking night and don't even give a fuck about her daughter.
Mm-hmm.
And so I told Candace, take her home. Well, I found out some new information today, actually, and I hope she don't mind me sharing it. Let me see. Well, I'm not gonna mess with my phone and jack it up, but supposedly, well, we won't even go there. I'm sorry, but supposedly, oh my gosh, I just can't go into this child bullshit. Oh my gosh, it's so crazy.
Yeah, it's.
Anyway, but Marlena would bring Journey up here and just drop her off and then give a fuck. All she gave a fuck about was going out and getting high with her buddies and shit or whatever, you know what? So I told Candace, we're not doing that. We have 4 kids. I'm not doing this for Marlena. Even though I love Journey, don't get me wrong. She's a great little girl, but I'm not letting Marlena take advantage of us so she can go out and get high.
Yeah.
So I told Candace to take Journey home to her grandparents, Rick Crawford, and that's what she did. And then Marlena wants to turn around like we just went and dumped her off somewhere or whatever. That ain't the case at all. Mm-hmm. I'm just not putting up with Marlena's bullshit. That's what it amounts to. We did nothing but try to help Marlena, and she stabbed us in the back and said all kinds of bullshit. What? You know what, Marlena? Same to you. You fucking give up your fucking daughter and your friend or wives to your mother because you want to go out and get fucking high. That's your prerogative. But other than that, fuck you.
Well, you know, it was told that Marlena said the little girl said Summer was packing a suitcase. Do you know what that was?
Okay. About that time, I was in Utah, right?
Mm-hmm.
Okay. And I was we sold about, I don't know, 5 vehicles at that time. We probably had about 15 vehicles up here. And I told Candace to sell everything you can, pack your bags. I got a good job in Utah, and I want y'all to come up here. We was trying to sell our house and everything else at that time. Yeah, there was a lot going on. And I still have that job up there in Park City, Utah.
Uh-huh.
All I have to do is make a phone call. But all this shit happened. My poor little baby, someone kidnapped her.
Mm-hmm.
When I find the motherfucker, I don't know what I'm gonna do. I really don't.
No.
I really don't.
Can I ask you? Somebody's asking. Elizabeth Lander said, "Do you think that that whoever got Summer went to the wrong house?"
No, because Summer wouldn't leave here. She would not leave the property.
Well, somebody, you know.
And and there again, we got to go back to the police star that followed her scent down to Beach Street, down the dog trail, down to Beach Street again. Same scenario. We have to stick with the police star. And then her scent disappeared, which means she was thrown into a vehicle and taken from her. Which I've been trying to do fucking law enforcement since day fucking one, but they don't fucking listen. But you have to understand too, you had all this bullshit going on, and my stepsister's trying to say all this fucking crazy shit about me and everything else. You know, and trying to make it about them instead of about Summer. I'm so sick of it.
Yeah, because the neighbor said, you know, at one point that they may have went to the wrong house. Do you see?
My daughter would not leave on top of this property. There's no way.
No. I'm thinking, no. That's not what they're saying. They're saying like, okay, so Jody Sue said at one time maybe whoever got Summer meant to go get her daughter.
That's a possibility.
And so it is.
That is a possibility. It's meant to get Journey instead of my daughter. I've thought that myself. Yes.
Okay. All right. Now, okay, so somebody.
I do know that there was a custody battle between Daniel and Marlena and I can't remember her name. It's not Journey, but the other girl. I think she's like 15 or 16 years old now.
Yeah, you don't have to say her name. Yeah, you don't have to say her name, but I know who you're talking about. They know.
There's been a custody battle over that forever, but Marlena and Daniel chooses to go out and just get high and not give a fuck. And that's fine, but just stay the fuck away from me, motherfuckers.
Yeah. Okay, let's see. Let's see. Somebody wants to know if Misunderstood said, ask if the people that you helped get their vehicle unstuck were local people. Remember that morning? Wasn't it the same morning, or was that a different morning? That's kind of confusing. The truck you got unstuck that morning, was that? I think that's the same one they're speaking of. Out of the
real red S10 that was high centered in the ditch.
Yes. Was that the? Were they local?
Okay, listen here. This is what happened.
Okay.
I went to go to work that morning, and there was a dude fucking down by the dog trail saying he couldn't get his forwards to run. I was like, is that your battery laying there? And he's like, no. But he said, will you please?
We've got photos of that truck.
I was like, yeah, we might can do that or whatever. I was on my way to work that morning. Next thing I know, the police pull up.
We've got photos of that with the truck, and there was a police officer that showed up. Pat, you should visit Tennessee. You'll love Tennessee. Tennessee's a great state.
And so the police went over to his truck where his truck was high centered. I'm the one who took all them pictures, by the way.
Yes. Okay. Glad we got that cleared up.
Yeah, and so I asked the cop, I was like, do you mind if I take pictures? He said, Mr. Wells, take all the pictures you want. I was like, yes, sir, thank you. So as I was taking those pictures, okay, I went to the side of the truck. It was high centered on the ditch. Half of the front end was in the ditch. The whole truck was high centered. Okay, so as I was taking pictures, some woman fucking looked at me, and she looked like she had combed her fucking hair in about a month and shit, all spun out and high on dope and shit. And then I come to find out after talking to him, he's like, yeah, I've been up here all night trying to get this four-wheeler going that Fred Hill got from wherever, whatever, blah, blah, blah. You know, and So he had that 4-wheeler in the back of his truck, and how he went down that hill and got a high standard and all that shit.
Hold on, Diane. Let's all pull it out for Diane so we can let the Wells get arrested. Since I supposedly have evidence. Go scratch, honey.
Is beyond me. I don't know. But the police officers will let me take all them pictures. But I did not take a picture of that woman. But there was a woman in that red truck just laying back and sleeping.
Mm-hmm.
Spun the fuck out on that. I guarantee you.
Wow.
Yeah.
But they were local. Did you notice they were local?
No, I don't know who these motherfuckers are.
Okay.
But after I took them pictures, and the police let me take them pictures and everything, I was like, sir, I need to head on to work because I got a lot of work to do. And I saluted him and I went on, my merry way. And I don't know what happened after that.
I didn't say I have evidence.
All I know, I do.
Who said I had evidence? I said I had the photos of the truck down there that Don said he took. And he did take those photos because he was in his truck, which is another interesting thing.
You know this much very fast. That motherfuckers is hanging out with Spray Hill all fucking night long, working on 4-wheelers and whatever the fuck they do, all night long. And this is just a short time after Summer's disappearance,
Yeah. But that wasn't the same day Summer went missing, was it?
No, it was a way after Summer went missing. I was still working for fucked up Tucker Drywall, fucking little bitch motherfuckers from Tucker Drywall. Man, they're 1-star rated.
Yeah.
Fuck Tucker Drywall. That motherfucker thinks because he's fucking made alderman of fucking Jonesboro, and he's got all kinds of money, that motherfucker thinks he's all that. All I can say is, you know what? Fuck yeah, man. I fucking worked for them for 13 fucking years straight, working my fucking balls off.
I don't know her, but I always say,
I have to chase her down. I'm like, sorry, you can't act like this in here, and she didn't care. She just had the show. She was so high-spirited, so full of life and everything, and I love her so much. And all these fucking motherfuckers want to look down on her for that? Really?
no, nobody should be looking down on Summer ever, and nobody for going to the work and loving the little kids and stuff. And I've seen her on the videos and everything in church and how she walked around and stuff. And I mean,
but I will say this much, Mr. Richard Tucker.
Hello, Justice for All. May I ask a question in here before I stay? Does this channel support or plan to be supporting Candace Don Grandis on the couch? Hell no. That's a swift wow, hello. That's the only thing I do is the cow lady's voice. Hello, hello, hello.
Your grandkids love my daughter, even though you hate me. You know what? And you hated me, and your wife hates me. You know what? Fine. But you know what? Your grandkids love my daughter. And that's what it's about.
But sometimes it's not the.
You can fuck off, nigga.
They said Rose is alive. I mean, come on. Come on.
But Don, sometimes it's not that they hate you.
I sure know them. I hate them. I hate them because they hate me, and they've always hated me.
Don, it's not the hate. Okay, listen, it's not the person that they hate. It's the.
They've always looked down on me like I'm a piece of shit. Man, I'm done with that shit. I'm done with them. My daughter means everything to me, and my daughter loves me. Even though y'all motherfuckers hate me, you know what? My daughter loves me. That's all that matters to me.
That's all that matters. That's all that matters right there.
Yes, ma'am.
That's all that matters, that Summer loves you.
They want to act like they're all high and mighty and we're so much better than everybody else.
Funneling
You know
sympathy is what
You're
he's doing.
not better than everybody else. You're just a fucking man and you're just a fucking woman. You can hate me all you want.
That's
You're
right.
always a
That's
fucking
all we
man
are.
anyway. So, F fucking off.
All right, Don, listen, let's go back to the chat.
All right, I'm sorry.
No, you're fine. It just tears me up. It just tears me up.
Shit, man, this is about my baby, man.
I
I'd
know.
rather just go to fucking hell.
Okay, there's a lot of people here, Don, that support you, and they just want answers.
And I thank you from the bottom of my heart. God bless you all. I'm sorry. I can't help it. I can't help it now. I'm sorry.
It's
My
okay.
baby meant everything to me. She's such a beautiful little girl. Oh my God.
Don, they want to know, are you aware that Jackie Dobbs sold a red Nissan pickup truck?
Jackie Dobbs.
He's the one that bought the property down there.
Yeah, but Jackie Dobbs done everything in the world to try to clear himself.
Yeah.
And he cooperated with her private investigators and with TBI and the fucking dumbass Hawkins County Police Force. If that means any fucking wrong.
Yeah, I'm gonna be honest. I mean, just my personal opinion. I don't think Jackie had anything to do with him.
I don't think he did either, man. And you know what? I have to give him every props for cooperating in every fucking way that he possibly could.
Yeah, and that's just my personal opinion, but I don't know. I mean, of course, we could all be wrong about everything, you know.
Of course, you know. But he made sure Jackie Dobbs has been through pure hell.
Yeah.
And that man made sure he contacted law enforcement and done everything he could to cooperate with all.
So Smiley asked Don up here if at some point if he was drinking or not. And that sets Don off. One, because he's clearly drunk. And two, because they're supposed to go to rehab and piss clean to get their kids back. Obviously, it's part of the condition that they've been required to do. And that's a big reason, maybe, allegedly, that they probably don't have them back. And he goes flat off, and Smiley, she just, you know, tries to de-escalate it, which she does a great job of. But that is a soft spot. You know, they are clearly, the house is clearly filled, you know, with addiction, many addictions, in my opinion. And it's not going to get better. There's, in my opinion, and I hate that, because that all they have is time on their hands. Dawn is not working. Candace doesn't work. She's having health problems. They have no kids there. And, you know, the family fell, you know, apart over and over with jail and everything else. Missing Summer. The kids are gone. So all they have is time right now, just time on their hands. And that is, when you have time and you have addiction, it never, ever goes well. Ever. Unless you fill that time with going to meetings, getting yourself clean, getting on track. But if you just have idle time and an idle mind, There's a reason they call it the Devil's Playground.
be honest with you.
Oh, I got a good question for you, and this is off the top of my head, and I really want to clear this up.
Yeah.
What, and this may or may not have to do with summer, but what in the world is the business about? What did Chase, 423 Chase, do 7 years ago up on that hill that is being talked about that I don't know, but why don't you like 423 Chase? Brad Wishon.
I like 423 Chase. Hellfire.
Okay, well, something happened. What can you tell me what happened 7 years ago up on that hill before?
Diane, absolutely. When he goes to jail, when anyone goes to jail, or not goes to jail, rather, God, I'm sorry, goes to court, they, in the eyes of the court, should be, they have a right to great counsel. They should be innocent until proven guilty in the court of law. That is up for the jury to decide, a judge, and the courts and prosecutors to prove. That is completely for them to prove. There is that, and then there is the eyes of people's opinions. And what we are giving right now is just opinions. In this case, that's what makes it so frustrating, is there is, there's not blood DNA or anything. So we just have really opinions on what we do know.
423 Chase, please.
Besides, he wanted to blow my brains out. I don't know.
What do you want to blow your brains out for?
I guess because he's believing all the bullshit.
No, this is 7 years ago, Don. What?
Well, 7 years ago. Okay.
Yes.
All right. I hate to admit this.
It's okay. Just tell me because I want to know.
Well, he did.
Sorry, we'll get to this. Absolutely. It's, in my opinion, regardless of whether anything to do with Summer, the parents, to me, they're just not good people. They have really, really, really failed their kids. The way they have treated them, neglected, in my opinion.
Try to whip my ass one night, and I actually had to whoop his ass. Okay. I really don't like talking about this.
It's okay. Just get it out and get it over with.
But me and him's friends now. You know what I mean? So it really don't matter. I mean,
That's got to be Candace or Don.
I don't know if he's a wise man.
Help me to find Summer.
I need to go back to his house. It's driving me crazy. Oh my gosh! He has. Oh my gosh! Another good friend down. You know what I mean? Oh my gosh!
It's okay. Just tell it. Just get it out. Get out. You know.
I think he fell for a lot of the hype and bullshit. But when I met him at that restaurant that day,
Yeah.
he bought me a Mexican dinner, and me and him got to talk. And that changed his whole perspective on the freaking bullshit, and the hype and drama that spread over YouTube.
Yeah.
And me, after that, man, we worked on that Suburban together, and he helped me, and we fixed my Suburban. And you know what? I'm so pissed off about that Suburban, by the way. I got about $6,000 tied up in the Suburban, right?
Yeah.
It has a 454. That Suburban, I bought it for $2,500. I poured about $4,000 into that Suburban. And I'm not mad at my wife. Don't get me wrong. I'm not mad at her.
I
But
understand.
she sold that motherfucker for $1,000.
Oh, wow. Yeah.
And I'm not mad at her. I get it. You know, I was locked up. She needed money, whatever. But that baby, oh my God.
Now, does she sell it to Chase? Is that where the problem coming at?
No, Chase helped me fix it when the brake line went out.
Okay.
Chase is actually a good dude, man.
Mm-hmm.
You know, but he's facing, he's got cancer.
Yeah.
Not a
But
good dude.
my wife, and I know she needed the money, and I'm not mad at her. I'm not. But the people who bought it from her for $1,000,
Yeah.
I'm pretty pissed off at them motherfuckers.
Yeah.
I'm pretty pissed off.
But I want to know what happened 7 years ago with Chase. What happened there? Can you tell me that?
You know, he raises cattle over here,
Uh,
and okay, Chase is a good person.
yeah.
I don't know what to say about him.
It's just that some people was really mad at him. And I'm not saying you because you just said you were good friends with him. But some people was really mad at him. And I just didn't know what he did, you know.
Actually, I'm gonna tell you what. Everybody wants to turn him into a monster too, you know.
Mm-hmm.
But actually, everything that he said that he was gonna do, he done. He took all that money and put it into signs in Nashville and Knoxville and stuff like that. He didn't rip nobody off. He did. You know that. Man, don't need nobody's money. He does not need that. He has property, cattle, all kinds of stuff. He has no need to rip somebody off. So, you know what? Y'all need to drop that bullshit.
Don, is there somebody that is there anybody that's threatening you and Candace or anything like that?
Besides YouTubers like JLR is attacking us. Let's see, Molly Golightly, you got to step back. That's all I got to say on that one. You got to step back, bitch. Jonathan Lee Richards, that's in jail. That's not jail. That the college wannabe that pays his mother pays his way to college and still wants to man. The only some YouTubers that are always pay their way through live and they're gonna attack it. I wish I could find that motherfucker's name.
Has anybody threatened you?
Jonathan Lee Richards is one who attacks us constantly. Calls a welfare honest. He's such a little bitch, man. I wish he would come out here and talk to me man to man, to be honest with you.
Has anybody threatened you as far as
We've been out there like 3 times. You shot a flare gun. You didn't come down.
No. I mean, not YouTubers. Like, has anybody threatened you as far as like called you or threatened you as far as like summer goes? Like
because I changed my phone number, no.
Okay, so
but all you little punks out there that think you know something or want to fucking threaten us and shit, you know my address. Come out here and talk to me man to man, and we'll see what's up. That's all I got to say on that one.
Okay, can I ask you, like, did anybody, like, when they took Summer or anything like that, nobody, like, sent you any mail and asked for any demands or anything like that?
No, I wish they would have. I wish we had a lead. To be honest with you.
Yeah.
I wish we had something to go on, but we have nothing. Because of Little Pump, and they're not going to come out and tell me that they have my daughter because of the little fucking bitch. You know what? Little bitch, you took my daughter. You took my daughter. You fucking straight stole my daughter out from under me. And then you probably fucking molested her, you little motherfucker. You're fucking low-lie.
Kitty wants to know, are you afraid of anyone in Beach Creek?
I ain't afraid of no nigger up in here.
Okay.
I ain't afraid of none of these niggas.
Okay.
You fucking afraid of these niggas? You got me fucked up.
All right. Let's.
Oh, no. Hell to the fucking no.
All right. So let's see.
And if I find out he took my daughter, you know what? I probably will end up in prison. I don't know. I'll try my best so that the police handle it because that's their job. But you think I'm afraid of these fucking white boy fucking wigger?
Apologize for his language. I was going to say something. I forgot what I was going to say. Oh well.
Wannabe motherfuckers? Oh, I don't know. Benny Keith thinks he's a wigger. That's fucking funny.
Okay.
You see Benny Keith with that fucking big old flying colors. Okay?
Yeah.
And I was going to fight the charge on no probable cause, right?
Right.
That was my defense, no probable cause. And I said, I want to see the video. Okay, when I read the police report, the fucking the police gosh damn, I'm trying to remember the name of the city. The police that arrested me, okay,
He'll never change.
fucking
You won't.
but they lied. They lied and said I was falling down drunk, right?
Right.
I passed every field sobriety test for flying colors. And I said, well, I want to fight this because there was no probable cause. And they said, well, you was falling down drunk. I said, well, I want to see the video. Oh, then they conveniently said that our cameras wasn't working that day or whatever. So I couldn't even fight these niggers because they're lying little pieces of shit. And they fucking railroaded me on some bullshit. I shouldn't even been on jail because I fucking failed sobriety tests with flying colors.
Right.
But they want to lie and said I was falling down drunk. And that was the police report to the judge. And there's nothing I can do about it because they're lying little bitches, cocksucking motherfuckers.
Okay. Yeah. All right. They want to.
Okay, my blood alcohol count, okay, was 0.085. 5,000 over the legal limit, which is minuscule. There ain't no way I could have been tripping around and falling down drunk, according to the police report.
This is him taking a piss. You can hear it.
Is about 2 beers. There's no way somebody could have but they had to lie like little bitches that they are.
So, do you think it was a setup?
Well, you fucking lied. She wanted me in jail a long time ago.
Yeah.
Because they thought they was going to break me and put me in 23-hour lockdown for 9 months. And I was going to break and say something, whatever. They wouldn't even give me my bail. They starved me to death.
Why wouldn't they give you your mail?
I don't know, but you want me to send you a picture? When I was released, they gave me a garbage bag full of mail, and I was about 30, 40 pounds lighter than I should be. They starved my ass to death. They didn't give me no mail. They wouldn't even let me have a cellie to talk to. I begged them.
Did he say they wouldn't give him no meth? Hold on. 213. I got it.
My ass to death. They didn't give me no mail. They wouldn't even let me have a cellie to talk to. I begged them.
Is that what he said?
Begged them, please let me have a cellie or something
Milk.
to talk to.
Mail.
They wouldn't.
I've heard a lot of. Yeah, I've heard a lot of bad things about inside the jail there. I believe you on that.
You know what? I'm gonna tell you something. There was a man in there, okay?
Mhm.
You don't even know about this, but I'm gonna tell you. This ain't the first time either, okay? There was a man in there, okay, that had 6 kids, okay? And they had him locked up, you know, they had him tied up with fucking, they had this poor boy locked up, and he has 6 kids. Okay, I'm sorry, I'm trying to think. But, okay, I'm sorry, I'm trying to think. This poor dude, man, oh my gosh. Okay, he committed suicide, okay?
Uh-huh.
Well, they're not going to tell nobody this bullshit. I was there. This motherfucker hung himself. And you know who I blame? Is motherfucking and collect all that money because they're money hungry, sorry motherfuckers. This is a $1.3 billion business a year for the fucking state of fucking Tennessee.
That is not true. That's not even the state deficit.
Yeah.
And that's what they're trying to do with my kids. So thank you for your support, y'all. All y'all that are listening, please don't give up on me. I'm sorry, y'all. I'm sorry for cussing out, please.
Okay.
They're trying to take my kids so they can collect more money. You know, and just like this poor man that hung himself. You know, they found this man. He hung himself on the edge of that door, and I don't blame him. I'm sorry.
The ideal place for any kid to be is in their original home. That is the idea. Families should not be broken apart. Families should always stick together if they are healthy. But clearly, it's not healthy there. It's clearly not healthy by staying drunk. Yeah, it's a zoo. It's more of a zoo there. You're right. I mean, you know, do better, be better, you know.
I don't. The poor man, 6 kids, and he see no way out. They're just gonna fuck him in his ass one way. The parents, they hurt us. They fucking make us jump through all these fucking hoops, and then make us pay child support.
Mhm.
Okay, they give the foster parents.
By hoops, Don means being a normal, productive citizen. That's what hoops means for them. It just means, you know, a decent, livable home with, you know, no crack on the table.
Some money, yes, but they're pocketing most of the money, and they're paying for their brand new fucking mansions on a fucking hill. I mean, that's what I call a nigga.
Yeah.
Sorry, I can't help it. Man. It is what it is. I'm sorry, man. These motherfuckers are getting rich off fucking taking our kids.
So I'm just trying to understand. So you go for visitation, but have they actually closed out custody of the boys? They haven't closed out custody.
The judge has not allowed that to happen. But if it was up to the welfare, they would take our kids and keep them because here's the deal. Okay, so they get them in foster care. They're making money off of foster care. Okay, if they diagnose them with some kind of a medical, psychological condition, they get more money. Okay, they've already diagnosed all 3 of my boys with ADHD and all kinds of bullshit, right?
Yeah.
So that gives them more money right there. They get more money for that. And the more that they diagnose them with, the more money they get. if they get them into juvenile detention and shit while being in foster care, that's even more money for these fucking niggas. And then if they get them into prison, then it's a lifelong fucking check for these motherfuckers. They get a check off my children for life for having them all through all this bullshit.
It's terrible.
And you know
It's
what?
terrible
And what-
that he is setting he's telling his kids that they're going to be, that because they're having issues, the doctor has put them on medicine, according to Don. We don't know that. It's none of our business, really. That they're going to go to juvenile detention and they're going to be in jail. They're not. They would now, Don, if they was with you and Candace, they have probably a much better chance of it being in those places based upon the parents' behavior.
What I've read and everything is what they've exactly done. They got all three of my boys on medication already.
Yeah.
Look what they
I've never
went
had my
through.
boys on any kind of fucking medication ever, and they've done good when it was in my care. And now all of a sudden, my oldest son is fucking up. He refuses to do the schoolwork because he's not stupid. He knows what the fuck they're doing.
Yeah.
And the next thing you know, they're gonna have that my poor fucking oldest son in fucking prison before you fucking know it, or juvenile or something.
Shame on you,
They're
Don.
fucking crooked, and it's all about that $1.3 billion of money that these fucking niggers get.
All right.
That's what it's about. Their brand new homes, their brand new cars, whatever the fuck they got, they ain't done a fucking thing to help us. They've done everything they can to hurt us.
All right. You said, Don, that, okay, you said, oh, now I forgot my train of thought.
Yeah, me too.
I know, because you're saying the N word. I told you don't say that.
I said the N-word. I didn't say nigger, did I?
Yes, you did. You just said it
I
again.
said the N-word, did I?
Yes, yes. Oh, did Tucker give you did Richard Tucker did he give you $10,000?
No, he gave me $20,000.
Are you serious? Are you?
What? No. Are
No.
you fucking serious? That motherfucker wouldn't give a fucking penny for shit.
They were on your Facebook when they first got on here last year or something like that, but they've been pretty mean and in the situation too. Now I haven't had the pleasure of meeting them too, but they've been around and people's just want to know, do you know who they are?
Nah, I don't see none of these fucking retarded motherfuckers are, to be honest with you.
Okay.
Bunch of people that want drama and fucking content or whatever and fucking implicate themselves in the fucking scene.
Yeah.
All full of shit and a bunch of lying fucking motherfuckers, as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, that's what I think.
Vile.
I think a lot of it's just
God.
distraction, and again, they just want to get it off of Summer, and it should not be that.
Exactly. Thank you.
Yeah,
Thank you.
yeah,
I appreciate that.
yeah,
'Cause that's the truth, honestly.
yeah.
Honestly, that's the truth.
You know what I think? I think every time somebody gets close to something, that's when the distractions come in too.
Shit. And these motherfuckers need to go back home and lay the fuck down and lick their nuts and fucking go to sleep. Is what they need to do. They need to stay out of our fucking business.
Yeah,
That's what they need to do. This is about Summer. It's not about them. And they need to fucking back the fuck off before I fucking find them and fucking beat their fucking head in. That's what they need to do.
yeah. Well, don't threaten nobody, because I mean, I know,
No, it ain't no threat. It's a promise.
I know, but you don't.
Fuck with me, motherfuckers.
Yeah, well, nobody should be coming on your property and all that kind of stuff, you know.
Well, they can come up here, but whether I welcome or not, that's a totally different fucking story.
Yeah,
They can sit there and hide behind their phone and say all kinds of bullshit all they want to, but it don't mean shit.
yeah. Oh, a hummingbird wants to know, big red flags on here, not flags, but stop signs. I need to definitely ask you, did Don know Benny Keys before Summer went missing? If so, how did you know Benny Keys?
Man, Benny Keys seemed like a really good dude and everything, but he just had to turn totally fucking like a fucking wigger and shit. I don't know what the fuck's wrong with him. I guess that money is about my daughter. It's about my boy. I don't even give a fuck about myself. You can hate me all you want. Well, fine. So, I get it. Hate me all you fucking want. I'm used to that shit.
They're asking who is Playboy?
Playboy.
I don't
know why, but that reminds me of Dolly. Sorry.
Oh, I don't know.
He's a Playboy, I guess.
Yeah, they keep that. Like I've had them ask me. They keep saying, "Ask Don who is Playboy."
Is that Dolly?
Is that Dolly, y'all? I don't.
Yeah, y'all women fall for that motherfucker. I don't know, man.
I don't know. He's saying, "Is it Dolly? Who is?" No, they're saying no. It's not Dolly. I don't know. Oh, they're from Knoxville. Whoever it is from Knoxville.
Knoxville?
Yeah.
I don't know the motherfuckers in Knoxville.
Listen to this.
When it comes to Knoxville, I'm out.
So
That's where I met a bunch of TBI agents and whatnot. And they brought me a bunch of cocaine and shit. Fucking TBI is fucked up for doing that. Sorry.
Oh, so they are okay. So the TBI agents brought you some cocaine?
Well, kind of like that. Let's just forget about that part, please.
Okay. Well,
Yes, he said the TBI brought him Coca-Cola. Oh my God. Craziness. Absolute craziness. Guys, I'm going to end it here. I have to go do some things before I pick up my boys. I'll be back later this evening. We'll talk more. Thank you all for joining me. I appreciate it. This is Don, and the craziness is back. The craziness is back. Thank you all. I appreciate it. Please do me a favor. Hit the thumbs up. Justice for Summer. We need it more than ever, to say it mildly. Thank you all for being here, and I will see you guys later this evening. Enjoy the rest of your day. Bye-bye.